Uploading.
What's up, guys? Hex Noob here, coming at you with another video. Here we go. Let's talk about what's coming up for Drip. Let's talk about the price of Drip. We're going into the weekend here. It's December the 10th, 2022. Things are looking dog shit, guys. Things are not looking fun. Let's take a look at the Drip price while we're here right now. On the decks, we're at $1.16, PCS $1.22. B&B's at $2.88 today. B-Reef's at $39. Pigs and dogs holding strong. Pigs and dogs holding strong. But yeah, guys, like it's a lot to think about right now, right? You know, because I'm always in the Telegram chat and we're talking about the Drip price, and you know, people always come in. They're like, "Oh my God, what's going on with the Drip price?" And you know, and I always ask, like, what should I make my next video on? Like, what should we do? Because I just start the software and I start talking. You know, I don't really plan anything out. I just kind of share what's on my mind. And you know, this is never financial advice. You know, I would never do what I do. I am, in fact, as you know, a wrecked pleb. But the good news is that we have a lot in the future coming up for Drip, right? And that's something to think about, all right? And today I thought we'd just kind of take a look at the Drip price and the roadmap of what's on the agenda for Drip and what's coming up in the near future. So let's take a look at the chart here. Let's see what's going on. So Drip is down to $1.16 right now. And that's cool. Like, I'm not worried about it. As a matter of fact, if we go sub $1, I will be buying some more Drip this weekend. But I think it's also a very important mental state that people have to be in right now. You know, we have to be in the mental state of accumulating. All right, because even if we go back up to $10, guys, that's a quick 10x, right? But also, emotional barriers are broken when we get down to these kinds of numbers. Right? When Drip went down to $10, you know, I was talking to my buddies and they're like, "Ugh, you know, Drip can never go any lower than 10. And then we went to 7. And we're like, well, we found the floor now, guys, so it's all good. Then it went down to like 5 and sat there for a while. And we're like, ugh, no problem. And then it went down to 3. And then it went down to 2. And now we're in the ones. And I personally never thought that we'd see, you know, sub $2 or sub $3 or even sub $5 Drip. You remember when we were sitting at 7 for like 2 months and just going sideways? Like, I never would have thought that, you know. And I've been in the project for nearly a year. You know, I was buying Drip at $140, $100, $80, $90. You know, I've been buying all the way down, you know, and I've gotten some pretty decent bags, you know. Let's come over here and take a look at what's going on here. I have not hydrated yet today. It's early in the morning, so I just reached that 1% a day. I just reached it, guys. I have 92 Drips sitting here waiting for me, which is pretty neat. It's pretty fun to think about. And, you know, that's a lot of Drip. 92 Drip, you know, to my way of thinking, is still a lot of Drip. You know, but at these prices, it's what? Like, I don't know. It's 92 Drip right now is at $107. It's like, oh, bummer. But, you know, I can also buy 92 Drip for $107, right? That's kind of cool, right? It's kind of neat to think about. Like, I could start another wallet for like $150, or I could buy another 100 Drip and just drop it into one of my other wallets. You know, as a matter of fact, I think I'll do that this morning. I'll buy another 100 Drip. You know, I'll probably wait till Sunday, because that's when, you know, all the meth heads sell on the weekends, and you know, we could go a little bit lower. But think about it. Even if you're buying it $1, if it goes to $2, you double your money, right? And when we go back to $3, you're the 3x. Like, that's pretty killer. So, you know, at least that's my mentality. It's a great time to buy. It's a great time to actually get out there and pack these bags up, you know, because you know, I'm a multi-wallet monster, and you know, I can go down here through my Drip wallets and wow, you know, I can certainly pump these deposits up here, get this one over 200, 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 this one over 200, and this guy over 200, and that would cost me maybe like $300, and then I'm making like exponentially more drip every day, right? So that's where my thoughts are. But let's talk about the roadmap, guys. Let's talk about what's going on with the future for drip. Now, as we know in AMAs, Forex always says he's not going to give exact dates until things are ready to launch, right? He always says, like, I'm not going to give you an exact date until it's already done, and then we're going to promote for 2 weeks, and then we're going to launch, which is cool, right? Which is cool. So I'm on the dripcommunity.wiki page up here. It's a great resource if you want to learn more about drip. Okay, so, what's going on for drip? So here's what's coming up in the future, all right? Now, I know this says November here. I decided to make a video on what's coming up next. I just jumped over the wiki page. I'm like, okay, this hasn't been updated, because Forex Shark did come on an ANA and said, hey, everything's going to be in December or January for the drip releases, but that's fine. But we're just going to talk about it. All right, so new drip UI. All right, so a lot of people talk about the drip UI, like, oh my gosh, it's going to change everything for drip. I personally don't mind the old UI. Like, this is, just what I'm used to, I guess. I've been using this forever, and me being a total noob, wrecked pleb degen, like what we're seeing here does not influence whether or not I put money in the protocol. But I'm not everybody, right? You can look at a lot of really nice looking protocols out there, like Avarice and and what else? Furio, like all really streamlined and classy looking. Not doing so great, right? So, you can't judge a book by its cover, guys. Like, you could have a fancy website that's always looking really clean and looking really professional, but then your ass gets rugged, right? But the drip network still pays out 1% a day. 1% a day, even at these terrible prices, guys. Ugh, gross. But what's interesting is that we can still get very wealthy off $1.16 drip, right? Which is amazing. I'd be chill if drip stayed at $1 and was like a stable coin, and I could be like, look, I'm gonna buy a couple hundred drip and have it like a bank account and just pay off on it. That'd be amazing. Anyway, let's get back on track here. Sorry, it's early here. Haven't had enough caffeine yet. Need to caffeinate up, but here we go. So we're going to have a new drip UI coming out, and it's going to look a lot cleaner, a lot more streamlined. And, Forex wants to have it look like a financial institution website. And for some people, I guess that makes a difference. For some people, they'll be like, oh, well, now this website's white. Now I'll invest in it. Whatever. I don't like the blue website. I want it to be white. Okay, cool. Like, whatever people want to do. I think it's nice. I think it will look good. But also a big reason for the UI change is that we're having more utility brought into drip, right? So not only are we having the new drip UI, but we're going to have drip faucet and drip reservoir layer 2. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that means. I know there's going to be more utilities brought into drip. And Forex has talked briefly about it. He's kind of like mentioned it. But I'm really not sure what exactly that's going to be. I don't know if anybody really knows exactly, and that's kind of cool. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not a crypto expert. I'm certainly haven't been in the crypto market for 7 or 8 years. I've been in for a year, guys. Like, I'm a noob. Yeah, it's literally in my name, right? So, but we have drip reservoir layer 2, drip faucet layer 2. And I know that's going to bring more utility into drip, all right? Then we have the scratchies coming up. Now, the scratchies are going to be bullish for drip. A lot of people say, like, oh, it's going to be a degen move. What's cool about it, from what I understand, it's like an NFT protocol where you like scratch lottery tickets, and people can buy them and white label them for their own products. And then that will help buy drip, which I think is incredibly bullish for the system. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. All right, so we have the drip UI, we have scratchies, we have dogs roulette and dogs of fortune, which is going to be cool. Like I really don't understand that, but it's more degen plays. Like, I don't really mess with the garden. I don't really mess with the farm yet. I don't really understand that that stuff. I just want to, be a faucet monster right now and then get into other things. But then we have a lending protocol. Now, the lending protocol, I think, is going to be very interesting. I think that people will be attracted to this, just like they'll be attracted to scratchies, right? Because I don't think a lot's happening right now in the market, guys. I think that, this is very confusing to me. This right here pisses me off. This is some highly degen activities, but it is what it is. Never mind. The market's still not looking super good. I mean, Bitcoin's looking better. I mean, everything on the month is looking okay. All your blue chips out there. We're actually seeing some green, which is encouraging. Well, let's take a look at BNB, where we're at, up 6.4. Yeah, but still, it's, down almost 50% on the year. Bummer. But I think it's interesting to think about lending, or what lending can do, because there might be some ways to avoid some tax events in the real world through a lending protocol, and I think that's going to be very attractive to a lot of different people. I think that's going to be really cool. Anti-hack insurance protocol, I think this is interesting too, as well as the fiat on-ramp. Now, the fiat on-ramp, I think, is probably the most compelling thing out of everything here as far as when it comes to drip. I think Scratchies is going to be huge. I think Dogs of Fortune and Dogs Roulette's going to be neat, right? I mean, the new UI for me, I'm like, but that's just me. I don't care. Like, I'll use the blue UI. I'll be on here every day. If it's still paying 1%, I don't care what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. It could be DOS. It could be legit MS-DOS, and I'd be stoked, right? But I think the fiat on-ramp and off-ramp is going to be a big deal, and let me tell you why. For me to buy drip, right, because I have a Binance account, right, but Binance holds my money for 10 days. I can't live like that. That's bullshit, right? So I go to Coinbase. I buy USDC on Coinbase. I send it to my Ethereum MetaMask, right? Then I have to use Changely. So I exchange USDC for BNB BSC on Changely, and then I have to point that wallet where I want that BNB BSC to go to, and I'm pointing to one of my drip wallets. So I have to go to a multi-step process to even get BNB, right? And that's kind of a bummer, because it took me a while to learn how to do that, and I have some friends who helped me do that, and that was cool, but ultimately, it's a pain in the ass. So imagine you go to the Drip website and there's a button that says buy drip, right? Buy drip with a credit card. You buy drip, you put in your ATM or your debit card or credit card, and you can say I want to buy 300 drip. Boom, instant, right? And then you can deposit it in the faucet, right? That would be, I think, super mega cool. But also think about, Forex is talking about an off-ramp, right? So if you want to sell drip, and you want to put that money on a prepaid credit card, and all of a sudden you're spending the money you earned from drip. I mean, that's really cool. Imagine not having an off-ramp and, sell it for BNB, then convert the BNB on Binance, and then send that to your, convert that fiat and send it to your bank. I mean, that's taking out a lot of steps too. Because I think simplicity is key. Right, and I'm going to speak for myself here, guys. But the reason why I'm in DeFi is because I want to, at least have a shot of making money, right? Because I'm not a young guy. I've been working for 30 years. I'm certainly not a millionaire. I'm certainly not even a place where I call myself, extremely financially comfortable. But I at least want a shot at being able to become something more, to level up. Because I know if I take my money that I work, because I'm a W-2 pleb, guys. If I take my money and I deposit it in my checking account, I'm not making any interest on that. I deposit in a savings account, I might get 0.9% a year? Yeah, that's terrible. But at least we have a shot in DeFi. At least we have a shot in drip. We have a shot in the farms. And I think that's where most people want. Most people want to just, at least be able to go up to bat and swing. And it might work out, it might not. And that's why, they always say just use risk capital, guys. And I think that's important. But, I think we all just want to break out of the matrix. We want to be able to create something better for ourselves and our families. And that's why we're here, isn't it? That's what we're doing here. It's nice to, Lambos, and it's nice to, mansions and exotic places and hot girls. That's nice. But I think that at the end of the day, all of us want is to not be slaves anymore. Is to not be subjects of the state and slaves who are paying 25, 35, 40% every year to the state, right? And I think that we all just want to kind of break out of this of this system that we're in, or maybe that's just me, right? My people always say, like, what's your dream? Well, my dream is to, expat, probably leave the country, go somewhere warm, and just paint paintings and write books and just be left alone, live in a little modest house. I don't want a fancy car, maybe have some goats and some chickens and just be left alone, guys. That's it. But anyway, sorry, like I said, not super focused, need caffeine. The fiat on-ramp and off-ramp, I think, will be huge. The anti-hack insurance protocol, a couple AMAs ago, Forex talked about that briefly and how that might or might not work. There's a lot up in the air, okay, with this guy, with the anti-hack protocol. But lending protocol, bullish. Fiat on-ramp, big deal, right? Drip reservoir and drip phosphate layer 2. Forex is really good at game theory, and Forex is really good at making things as bullish as possible. Like, look how successful the Animal Farm is since its launch. It's incredibly killer, right? I have a lot of friends making good money in it. I haven't messed with it yet because, like I said, I'm trying to whale up with my drip wallets, right? But that's it. That's the video, guys. This is where we're going right now. There's a lot of cool stuff on the horizon. As far as the drip price, as far as what's going on right now, it's whack. It's terrible. It's awful. Price sucks. Need price to go up. Every day I buy, price go down. Yeah, we've all seen the memes. We're not going to sit here and say that this is cool or this is good. It is an opportunity to pump your bags. I'm going to be buying more drip over the weekend. I'm going to round off those wallets, get everything over 200 because I can. Right? Because I can. And then from there, guys, let's see what happens. Hopefully the market starts turning around here in the next couple months. Hopefully we start seeing some bullish action here. But, realistically, guys, like, I'm thinking maybe end of 23, we might start seeing another bull run, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like I always say in the chat, if the entire market was doing awesome and drip was not doing well, we should be worried. But everything's still down like 65, 85, 95% on the year, right? Everything's still suffering. And I think there's a couple more dominoes left to fall until we have a complete turnaround. But anyway, guys, that's it. Hey, have a great weekend. Y'all be good, be safe. Peace out.